anywhere from 15 to 20 weeks to get it on the street. But that means from the time we get it through all of its certifications that it has to meet before we can hit the street. We're with the United States Police Canine Association. So we have to go to them and get them to certify our dogs before we can actually hit the street. In fact, that's what we're working on right now. We have to do that annually, and all of our dogs are getting ready to go certify next month down in Morgan County, Alabama. And there'll be about 80 dogs down there. Yes, ma'am. Tracy.
What qualifies?
Well, they have to meet all the standards. And in patrol work, they have to be able, first thing is the obedience. They have to be able to listen to that handler, not sway from that handler. If that handler tells it to do something, it must do it. Then it has to go over some hurdles, and then it must look for a suspect in a box to find a suspect. And then it must not, it goes through a courage test where they fire a gun, and then the dog must run after the suspect and take the suspect down. That's just on the patrol side of it. And that's harder than it sounds. A dog's ability to, what we have found, that a dog's ability to run after somebody is great, but loud noises is what bothers them. Not necessarily gunfire, but a banging chair or just anything is loud. So we have to put them through a series of tests to make sure they can overcome that, and that means they'll protect us. And that's what they're there for. They don't know that it's all fun and game. To them, it's they come to work thinking they're going to go play with daddy for 8 hours. They don't know what they're going to look for, a bad guy or look for drugs or a bomb. The way we train them is with a toy. All of our dogs have to be crazy about a toy. I mean bonkers over a toy. And because that way we can train them any direction we want to. We have one dog right now that we got from the ATF that is one of our explosive dogs, and it's food reward. And we're having trouble with it wanting to just sit on anything and everything right now because he wants to eat. So we're working on switching him over to a toy as well. That way we'll be able to train him as well. But on the other aspect, they can't be scared of slip floors. They can't be scared of heights or stairs or anything like that, or elevators. We take them on a series of anything, any environment that I'm subject to go into, we want him to go into as well. From rappelling out of a helicopter to swimming across a lake. Of course, we don't swim across the lakes, but we have to make sure he is willing to swim if we need him to. Very interesting. They're great to work with. Yes, ma'am.
I have a question.
Sure.
How long do they work? You work them?
Usually, my last dog, we retired my dog just before Yubi back in July of last year. He was 9 years old. Usually that's about how long, but he got sick, and so we went ahead and retired him. And he just recently passed away just a couple of months ago from a heart disease. And in fact, when we found out about his heart disease, we was actually out on a bank robbery, and he had tracked and found the suspect and found the money that the suspect had hid in a tree trunk out in the woods. So he did his job, and we come out, and when we come out of those woods, he just was really out of breath and just fell over. So I picked him up, put him in my car, and took him straight to the vet, and that's when they found out. But luckily he had lived a couple more months with me, and he got to eat scrambled eggs and lay in the bed all day long. So he was living it up.
I'm sorry, I have one more question.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm so sorry. How about the Belgium Malinois? That's what
Yes,
they're called?
Belgian Mountain.
Malinois. Yes. Are they prone to certain health conditions?
No, not like shepherds. You know, shepherds can get hip dysplasia. Well, most of the Malinois do not. They don't have the health issues that they are, but because they're a little bit leaner, a little bit taller, and a whole lot thinner. In fact, they look like the dogs that they race. Yes, great. that's what they look like. They look like they're underweight, but they can run. We put a little collar on them like what we do when we're running radar and test when we're checking our radar units out. And one of the dogs ran about 43 miles an hour. They're very fast. I mean, they are fast. And so, we have a lot of fun like that. We'll put tracking devices and just send them how far they'll go and bring them back. And so we have a lot of fun with them.
Are they flexible too? Like they're like resilient? They can just bounce back if something
Oh yeah,
happens?
yes. And they can turn something. They can go from looking for a bad person to looking for a child just by simply the command that we give them, and they turn it off that easy. But they also turn it on that easy if we tell them to. And that's what we do is we train them, each one of them on a different command. Whatever that task that we're going to be doing, we give them that command plus a collar, and it goes hand in hand. If we put a certain collar and give them a command, they know what we're going to do on that session. And it just takes a lot of time and to train them, but they catch on really fast. I mean, they're very, very smart dogs. Now, to me, they're not as smart as a shepherd, but they catch on just as easy. It just takes a little longer with them because they're so hyper and they're so energetic. Way more than the shepherd. Yes, ma'am.
So I know they probably don't have a harness, but do they have any identifying thing, like if somebody would see the dog, they would go, "Oh, that's a police dog."
We have collars with little badges on them. We try to. We're not all of them, but all the dogs have bulletproof vests, and it has the police logo on them with our city patch on the side of them. So that way it protects them as well. And it's funny because when we're first getting them used to it, and they're very lightweight, but just having something on their back, they run sideways and they ain't used to it. We'll go. But it's fun. They're a lot of fun.
Officer Meeks, do you have any questions for us as far as guide dogs or?
Yeah, I'm curious about how long does it take to train one of your dogs?
Okay. Would someone like to comment on that or? Sure, go ahead.
What happens is they're given to a puppy raiser, and puppy raiser raises them for about a year, a little over a year, and socializes them, takes them every place they can, and then they bring them to the school, and the school trains them for. My school said it was about 4 months, and then we go to the school. In most cases, we go to the school and we train with the dog for. If it's our first dog, it's like 3 weeks. If it's a second or third dog, it's 2 weeks.
Okay. So do y'all, when you first get to the school, do you have to bond with that dog a certain amount of time before they place you with it?
No.
Do y'all?
Nope, we did.
I did.
Did you bond with it?
I did for mine. Yeah,
How long is that
I stayed there.
bonding period?
I stayed there for it was about a month. First 2 weeks they taught us to be dog handlers, and then they introduced our dog to us, assigned us our animal, and
Okay.
then the last 2 weeks of our session we trained with our dog. We worked one-on-one with our dog with the instructor's eyes, of course, and they watched to make sure that the dog was listening to our commands and we were doing what we're supposed to do with the dog to make sure we had a good repertoire between each other.
Right. Do y'all ever? Does anyone ever get one that's aggressive? Or do they weed that out before it gets that far?
They try to weed that out. Yeah.
They're very, that's not, they're very strict, health-wise, and if they don't pass, they're easily distracted or they jump by, without going to the there's don't pass.
Okay.
the program.
So none of them are really trained to protect you. They're just trained to guide you, then,
They're
right?
not
Okay.
basically.
Okay.
But because, go ahead.
No, Nancy.
I was just gonna say, because like if we're standing on a street corner and we need help for some reason,
Right.
we don't need to have an aggressive dog trying to protect us from the person that's trying to help us.
Right, and that's what I didn't know if y'all had a command that you could tell them to do that, like what we do. If we're going to send one of our dogs to bite, like I could bring any of our patrol dogs in here right now, and y'all could all pet them. All